Right now, from KTAB News, your local election headquarters, this is Big Country Politics.
Thanks so much for being here for Big Country Politics. I'm Travis Ruiz, and we start with the latest on COVID-19 in our community. The trauma service area for most of the Big Country hitting the 15% COVID-19 hospital capacity threshold for 7 consecutive days. That means more restrictions are now in place for certain businesses, like the closure of bars and limited capacity for restaurants. KTAB's Mercedes Hernandez reports on how restaurants are handling the challenge.
I believe restaurants and bars are targeted. It's not right.
As Big Country businesses roll back operating capacities to 50%, owner of Hef's Burgers, Brenda Heffernan, says these latest restrictions will be reflected in her bank balance.
You cut us down to 50% and it cuts our income.
Heffernan, like many owners, has adapted her business to adhere to virus guidelines. Servers wear masks, sanitize tables, and provide hand sanitizer.
As soon as people get up, we wipe their tables. Gosh, we use tons of sanitizer.
These factors lead Heffernan to wonder why big box stores are seemingly not being held to the same virus-preventing standards as small businesses, at least with this round of COVID restrictions.
I don't think that we're any more unsafe in this restaurant and bar than we are walking into Walmart, Lowe's. You know, I'm not picking on those guys, but there's a lot of people in those places.
Manager Lakin Fields and bartender Josie Stills say tips aren't what they used to be, and reducing the number of people that can come into Hef's certainly won't help.
We've taken more than a half a pay cut. It's scary because our families are depending on us to make the money.
Heffernan is the founder of the Hef's franchise with many locations throughout West Texas. Because of this, she believes her stores will survive these restrictions. However, she knows of other owners that won't fare as well and hopes community members will still shop and eat small for their sake.
They said they couldn't make it on the second time around. It just makes me want to cry. It honestly does.
In Abilene, with coverage you can count on,
they need our prayers.
Mercedes Hernandez, KTAB News.
Yeah. Heffernan also says the pandemic has led to a new focus on to-go orders for her restaurant. She also says fundraisers to help other owners stay afloat could be coming in the future. All right, now continuing our coverage, bars, as we already mentioned, being forced to shutter in the Big Country. And here's Mercedes Hernandez, who she spoke with a local bar whose staff says that forced closure will likely do little to spread the virus, but will actually do a lot of damage to its business.
For Homer's Bar on North 1st Street, the COVID-19 pandemic has served owner Homer Winkles a future on the rocks.
I've got bills to pay like everybody else does.
Tuesday marked the 7th day in a row COVID hospitalizations in Trauma Service Area D exceeded 15%, meaning businesses must now roll back occupancy to 50% and bars will have to shut their doors, an act all too familiar for Winkles.
I've been closed five and a half months already this year. I've still had to pay rent, utilities, and everything else.
While some local watering holes have adapted by selling food, making them restaurants, not just bars, Winkles says that's a path he can't take.
If I do buy food license, my renewal comes up in March, so I've got to come up with another $650.
Bartender Christina Rhodes is concerned that if Homer's closes a second time, it may never open again.
I've got 4 kids that I provide for, and I'm a full-time college student as well. It's scary. I don't want to lose my job again.
A point of contention for Rhodes and Winkles is that while their bar will be closed, their patrons would likely move on to Abilene eateries.
These bar goers are going to go to restaurants and sit there at the bar and stuff for a few hours. It's really no difference.
The only action Winkles can take now is to wait and hope another round of closings won't tap out his livelihood.
All my resources are gone. They broke me completely.
In Abilene, with coverage you can count on, Mercedes Hernandez, KTAB News.
All right, and sticking with the latest on the restrictions, elective surgeries are now being stopped in our area because of the increase in COVID-19. KTAB's Marley Capper speaks with the mother of 2 whose elective surgery has been pushed back as a result.
What was going through your mind?
I don't want to die.
Christy Yeldell has faced various health issues in her life.
Glioblastoma stage 4 brain cancer, they took that, I beat that. Then they found cancer in my bones.
And since has faced another major complication requiring her to get a hysterectomy.
I hurt and I'm bleeding constantly. I'm getting anemic and then I'm weak and then I have kids at home.
and now can't even get the operation she needs since Hendrick pushed back her surgery date due to a lack of ICU beds.
It makes me angry, honestly, because what if it continues to progress and I'm not going to be able to be there for my 5-year-old and my 3-year-old.
And Dr. Tim Martin says that as a physician, it's heartbreaking to tell his patients they can't see the specialist they need.
This pandemic is affecting people in ways that we don't really think about because they're not the ways that affect us.
Which is why Christy says that others need to take it more seriously for people like her.
There are families out there truly trying to live through this, and have other underlying conditions, and those are the ones that are dying, and we don't want to be one of those numbers.
And while she was able to get her surgery moved to a hospital in San Angelo, it has presented new challenges for her.
It is a relief, but it's a financial strain of worrying about getting back and forth.
And having to ask her family for money.
For gas. I mean, something that seems simple to everybody else, but it's not.
And until patients like Christy are able to get the care they need, Dr. Martin says to help control the spread.
This is the time to use our freedom to make choices that are good for the population as a whole.
In Abilene, with coverage you can count on, Marley Capper, KTAB News.
And right now, Christy is watching the San Angelo cases as well, because if they continue to spike, her elective surgery could be pushed back yet again. So what exactly is elective surgery? The chief of staff at Hendrick Health helped clear that up.
My medical definition elective would include anything from a total joint replacement, a hernia repair, something that at the moment might not be immediately life-threatening, to someone with stable coronary artery disease, blockage that needs a bypass surgery, but would require an ICU stay afterwards.
So the bottom line, people who need these types of surgeries will be unable to get them until COVID-19 numbers go down and ICU beds open up. Still to come here on Big Country Politics, we speak with Representative-elect Austin Pfluger, how he's preparing to be sworn into Congress next month. We're back in 2 minutes.
Country Politics on KTAB continues.
Welcome to Big Country Politics. I'm Travis Ruiz, joined with Representative-elect Austin Pfluger. Mr. Pfluger, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me, Trav. I appreciate the opportunity to talk with you.
So January 3rd is a big day and it's on the horizon. How are you already preparing for that big day?
Well, it is a big day, and that's the day that we're going to be sworn in to represent Texas 11th District. And, you know, we've been doing everything we possibly can, from studying and preparing on possible legislation to building a team and making sure that the big issues in our district are going to be taken care of on day one. And that's really where we've spent a majority of our time lately.
And what are some of those big areas of concern or areas that you are looking to concentrate on?
Well, you know, the first issue that we see front and center is this full-on frontal assault against oil and gas. The fact that our country is energy independent, and it comes from the Permian Basin. I mean, that's where 70% of the growth has happened over the past 10 years. And so fighting against an overregulated state that would kill the oil and gas industry, that would hurt 2 million jobs in Texas and 10 million jobs in the United States, is something that our office takes very seriously. We're working with the folks in the Permian and throughout the state of Texas to make sure that we have the message and the legislative ability to fight against what we think a Biden administration could potentially look like.
And you're filling some big shoes. Representative Conaway, a well-known Republican in the House, so some big shoes that you're filling, right?
You know, Representative Conaway served the 11th District with such character and integrity, and there are big shoes to fill. You know, luckily, folks like Representative Jody Arrington, just to the north of me, you know, he and I have been working together on multiple things. He's a great mentor. I look forward to working closely with him, and especially, you know, with my 20 years of military service in places like Dyess Air Force Base, I think that we'll be able to work closely on a lot of issues and help each other out. He certainly has done that for me, and really, you know, kind of try to reach that high bar that Mike Conaway set, which is in the forefront of my mind right this second.
So talking just a little bit about you, thank you for your service, first of all. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You are a San Angelo boy, right?
Yes, I grew up in the district in a ranching family, 7th generation Texan. went to high school in San Angelo, and then went to the Air Force Academy and served for 2 decades active duty. I flew F-15s and F-22s. And those B-1s that are out at Dyess Air Force Base have flown with them many a time in combat, protected them, let them get their mission done. And really, those were kind of the formative years to allow me to understand what it means to be a servant leader and, to understand what we do in the 11th Congressional District and why it's so important. I ended up working at the White House on the National Security Council before we made a decision to run for this. It was a surprise when Mike Conaway decided to retire and step down, and we had not planned on doing anything different than active duty military. And then we were faced with a choice, and I'm glad we did it because I think we'll be able to serve this district well.
Very good. And talking about working with Congressman Arrington, obviously in your district you have Goodfellow, so and you are a retired Air Force pilot, right? So how important is the military to you in your future plans?
Well, between Congressman Arrington's district and mine, we've got almost 100,000 veterans that live in the 2 districts. And so taking care of veterans and their families is super important. And then making sure that our military is ready and lethal and has the resources to get the missions done that the country asks of them are very important. And so I will work tirelessly on that, just like I will for agriculture and the oil and gas sector. But it's we live in a pretty special place. In our district, I think, is doing things that are representing oil and gas. It's a very interesting combination of industries that are important to represent.
So, a lot of your district is rural America. And right now with COVID-19, that brings into light, obviously, rural healthcare. What things do you think that the House and Congress can do to improve access to healthcare for rural Americans?
Well, you're so right. This is a very important aspect. The rural aspect of our district, whether it's healthcare or anything else, needs to be considered. But specifically for healthcare, there's several initiatives that are ongoing right now. I think that COVID has highlighted a couple of ways that we can do things better and more efficient. And one of those, could be telemedicine. But in the 29 counties that comprise District 11, we need to make sure that the hospitals are able to function and provide good, sustainable, quality health care. And one of the things that we want to do is make sure that the progress that was made in the last 4 years, that we don't go backwards on that. We don't want a socialized healthcare system. And that's really the trend that we saw in the previous administration, the Obama administration. President Trump made a lot of he made a lot of gains towards improving healthcare, and it's incumbent upon us in the House to continue to offer up good plans and get to a point where we can offer choices, where people have a say in their healthcare, where prescription drugs are affordable, where premiums and deductibles can continue to come down, because right now what we've seen is they've actually gone up. We need to make cuts to those prices and offer better quality healthcare.
All right, and we're just getting started with our talk with Representative-elect Pfluger. We'll continue our conversation in 2 minutes.
Big Country Politics on KTAB continues.
And welcome back to Big Country Politics. We're joined still with Representative-elect Austin Pfluger with District 11. Now, Mr. Pfluger, real quick before we get to some more of the issues, you've got 2 kids, right? So tell me kind of their thoughts on Dad's new job.
Well, Trav, I actually have 3 daughters, 13, 10, and 5. And if you want to know who the boss is, she's 5 years old and has quite the personality. But this is all new to them, but they've been military kids for their whole life. They understand, that I've been gone and deployed and have had to serve. So while it's new on the political front, they've done it from going to different schools and having those experiences. But I think it's pretty neat to see the questions that they ask and to see their curiosity has been piqued by some of the debates that we've seen on TV. So it's a lot of fun to discuss some of these really important issues with them and to see them engaged.
Very good. All right. So, one of the big issues and one of the big industries really in your district is agriculture, and farmers are the backbone of America. What can Congress do to further protect them?
It's so true. I mean, I think back to March when the pandemic really started here in the United States, and that third or fourth week of March, going to the local supermarket, you didn't see hardly anything on the shelves. That's a national security issue. And what our district is doing to produce agricultural products, whether it's beef or whether it's cotton or whether it's lamb or whatever it may be, wheat, these products are so critical to our national security, to be self-reliant, to have the ability to produce ourselves, to end our dependence on other countries like China. And I think the supply chain issues that we've talked about and making sure that our country is set up for success. That's why the Farm Bill is so important, because it really is a national security issue. And for those cotton producers who have gone through one of the worst droughts certainly in recent memory this year, on top of having a pandemic, having a good Farm Bill that provides that safety net so that we can continue to produce those agriculture products that are of national security importance is exactly what I intend to focus on while in Congress.
And a lot of times people don't always realize how broad the Farm Bill can be. It does a lot of things from rural access to internet too, right? Which that's a huge issue.
It is. Rural broadband is one of the hottest topics across the country. And it's not just in Texas. It's not just in Texas' 11th congressional district. I've talked to folks who I will serve with. And by the way, we have a great freshman class, 43 incoming freshmen, the most diverse class with more women, minorities, and veterans than any other class, probably in the history of the GOP. But every single one of them is talking about rural broadband. I look forward to partnering with them to make sure that we can actually get that initiative moving forward in a meaningful way.
When we talk about politics, there's a lot of, left, right, how do we get along with each other, I guess is the question. How do you look forward to working with your colleagues across the aisle? Let's see if we got that one.
Trav, it's an important question. And I think that, it's something that when it comes to certain issues, I don't see any way to compromise. And whether that's the sanctity of life or the Second Amendment, those are issues that I'm going to stand up and fight for, and that we believe very strongly in. Now, on something like the National Defense Authorization Bill that funds our military, that allows Dyess Air Force Base and Goodfellow Air Force Base to function, those are things that we can work across the aisle on. Yeah. So, looking at ways that Republicans can work across the aisle, I think that traditionally speaking, when it comes to funding our military, the National Defense Authorization Bill is a way that Republicans and Democrats can work across the aisle to make sure that we have a strong and resourceful military that is ready to do our nation's bidding. But the rhetoric that we hear that I'm very worried about when the Democrats are saying that they're going to cut defense spending, that they're going to defund our military, that's unacceptable. And so in an area that we have traditionally been able to work together on, I have grave concerns about that sort of rhetoric talking about defunding the military. And I'm going to push back on that and make sure that as somebody who flew combat missions in Iraq and Syria, we need the best equipment. We need to be ready to go at moment's notice to keep this country safe.
All right. And you talked about this just a little while ago, but also in your district is really a lot of oil and gas, the Permian Basin, of course. And so you said that there's been an attack on this, and tell me how you look to preserve that.
Well, there is an attack on it. And the Green New Deal and any of these other deals that the Democrats have flip-flopped on over the last couple of months, they're just unacceptable. They don't take into account reality. And whether it's banning fracking or going to zero carbon emissions by 2035, they don't take into account what America needs to continue to be fueled. And the Permian Basin is truly fueling America. 40% of our country's oil comes out of the Permian Basin. That is a national security issue. And we are going to make sure that those 2 million jobs in Texas that relate to the oil and gas industry, that they can continue to provide affordable, reliable energy, not just for the state of Texas, but for the country.
And finally, I just want to talk about COVID-19. So obviously the San Angelo area, the Midland area, and of course the Abilene, the trauma service area, we are all around that 15% capacity threshold. So COVID-19 continues to rise across your district. Obviously you're not in your position yet. Tell me what you think about any help for citizens who might need it.
Well, I think that we've seen that help, that has come by way of either the PPP program. I have to give a lot of accolades to local hospitals, to the mayors that are doing the best they can, and the county judges to keep a local approach to governance, which is what we want. Because Abilene and San Angelo and Midland, Odessa, they're not the same as Austin or Dallas, and they're certainly not the same as Washington or New York. And so our fight in Congress is to make sure that the local governance, the state government, can continue to do the things to keep our population and our citizens healthy and safe, and while also focusing on our economy. And there are those in the Democrat Party that would have regulatory measures that would control from Washington, and that's just not going to work. It's good that the president led us in Operation Warp Speed. The pundits said that we would not have a vaccine ready by the end of the year. Well, here we are, and we've got one that in the next day or two is seemingly going to be ready to go. And we'll make sure that it gets to the people that it needs to go to, and I will stand up for rural Texas and for our district. But I do have to give a lot of accolades to our local governments for doing the right things to keep the economy open while also trying to keep the citizens as safe as possible.
All right, Representative-elect Austin Pfluger, congratulations, best of luck, and we will see you next year when you will be a new United States representative.
Trav, thanks for having me, and God bless.
Big Country Politics on KTAB continues.
And that does it for this week's edition of Big Country Politics. As always, for the latest political headlines, you can go to bigcountryhomepage.com. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Thanks so much for watching.